All right, Chapter 8 of What a Wild Spirit Brings by Lil. She was awakened by Gimfeldani, and she scrambled into her clothes and followed the woman. When you enter, you must stop as soon as you are in and bow like this, with your 2 forefingers on the right hand to your forehead. Good. Now when she says you may rise, you must only raise your body. You must not look at her or move until she says. You must not speak until she bids you do so. Do you understand? Yes, I hope so. They climbed some stairs to a sort of room that could rise through the building. Lil was reminded of the ship for just a moment and hoped that after her talk with the power that she could see the mean. Once out, they walked down a long hallway, painted in the colors of the Haldani with a white floor. There were no doors on the walls, only at the far end of the hall, double doors with stained glass windows in the colors of the Haldani on it. In the center was an orb that was filled with a crystal that reflected the light of all the colors in it in each color on each door. The doors opened, and inside was a room with 3 doors. One had all the colors painted on it, one was totally gray, and the last was made of gold. The golden door was in the center, colors to the right and gray to the left. In the center of the room was a large round desk with a woman sitting at it. She had a green stone, and seemed very old and wise, with gray hair and spectacles. The power rules the gift, Gimfeldani said suddenly. The Haldani behind the desk responded, The power lives for the gift. The gift is from the light. The light made the world. The gift is for the world. The world is for the people. The gift is for the people. The power is for the world. Once the 2 quit quoting whatever all of that meant to each other, the woman at the desk turned and opened the golden door by making wind push it open. It lifted instead of swung. Then she turned around and looked at Lil. You come seeking the power. She comes from the world, Gimp said for Lil. The power is for the world. Let what is sought be found. Then Gimfeldani gave Lil a little shove, and Lil started toward the golden door. Her heart was pounding so hard. She knew that the power was really a woman. She knew it, but it didn't feel that way. On the other side was a large courtroom, dark and shadow-filled, with the sound of a small fountain running somewhere. She almost forgot to stop and bow. She could have ruined everything in one move. She stumbled into a bow, the bow that Gimfeldani had showed her, and then remained, bent over for a while, eyes adjusting to the darkness of the room, before the power finally said, You may rise, child. She stood, but kept her face staring at her shoes. Thank you for bringing Grilla Haldani's stone to us, child. You're welcome, power. It is my honor to bring it. She saved Demean's life. There was a pause, and then, Where do you hail from, child, and what is your name? I was born in Andrus, but I am of the Antha, Clan Black Weapon. And your name? I am called Little Brave One among the Antha, power. The power chuckled. I see why. As you say, power. Why have you come before me this day? May I look up yet, power? Yes, Little Brave One, you may. Lil saw a woman seemingly old as the trees, yet with a face only in her 40s. She had long silver hair that fell around her feet, and the brown skin and black eyes. She was garbed in only a white, shimmering robe to her toes. She was beautiful and wise and powerful. Lil licked her lips, mouth suddenly dry, and then said, I have come for 2 reasons. One is perhaps of little consequence. One of them is of tremendous consequence. Which would you have me speak of first, power? You may start with that of tremendous consequence. Then I have come to say that this war must end. I do not know why you allow the corrupt king to remain safe, but I do know a way to assassinate him and bring peace and life back to the people. The faces of the broken and the bodies of the starving need not be power. It is one man alone that causes this war. Is it worth the world's suffering for him to continue to live in dishonor? Does it not dishonor the world that you, great power, do not see fit to rescue them? Does it not dishonor you? There was a long silence. She was studying Lil, and Lil stood with eyes unwavering. She was about to relieve herself right there, but she held it in and held her gaze. I cannot sentence him to death. The world would see that as my accepting defeat, or admitting I was wrong, either of which is unacceptable. And if no one knew you were involved, what is your plan, Little Brave One? I am of a clan. The clan can leave their dreams and enter the wilder. Enough! Your plan is not good. Because it involves the wilder? Yes, the wilder is dangerous. Please listen, Power. My clan knows the ways of the Wilder. My mother left to join them because she could enter it, and if it is passed down, then I can enter it as well. I can talk to Tindra, and she can come to a place that you secretly invite the king to. No one has to know. She can fade in and out of shadows and can— Little brave one, what you are saying is dangerous indeed. He is a coward. He will not leave his fortress, but for any other reason than his pride. The Power sighed, looking frustrated. Little brave one, I could lure him out secretly. I could. But someone might find out. And what if your Tindra gets caught? And even still, how can I possibly condone you, a child, entering the Wilder? Do you have any idea how easy it is to get lost there? Do you understand that any wound gained there is gained in life? Do you have any comprehension of how simple it is to lose one's mind in the Wilder? Please believe me, Power. I will consider it, but do not be encouraged by that. Thank you for your consideration, Power. Do not thank me yet, little brave one. Now what is the other matter? Oh, well, my mother was born Andry, and she left as a girl when a wild one found her in the Wilder and told her to come be trained how to be within it safely. She loved the Antha and stayed, but chose to give up power of a wild one for the freedom of a warrior. I bear her read right. She was a great woman, Power. She died a short time ago after a battle with Kurik and Monsel. When she died, she gave me this ring. She died before I could get an explanation about it, and Tindra says it's a Greenlander item. Please, can you tell me what the symbols on the seal mean? I'm guessing she was a noble. Lil brought the ring in an outstretched flat hand to the Power. She saw it, and her eyes widened a moment. She looked at Lil, then the ring, then away into space. She finally stood and blew open the door. Bite Heldani! Please have Mitten Heldani brought to me immediately. The Power told Heldani at the desk. They waited in silence until a woman arrived with a red stone, brown skin, brown eyes, brown hair, and a brown dress. She hurried in and bowed before the door shut. The Power bid her hurry and rise and come look at the ring. Lil held it out for her, and the Mitten Heldani's face filled with amazement, disbelief, and fear. Then it is as I thought, Power asked. It is the seal of the royal house of Andry, the pure line, the Heldani said slowly, as if she couldn't believe what she was even saying it. Lil felt shaken. Ties was royalty? Light. Where did this ring come from? Mitten Heldani demanded suddenly, attempting to snatch it from Lil's hand. It was my mother's, and you'd better keep your hands off it. I only have a few things left of her, and I am not letting go of any of them, not even for a Heldani. Calm yourselves, the Power said, cutting both Lil and Mitten off from what they were about to say. The child is an Antha. Her mother ran away to train with them when she was a girl. Didn't a certain royal run away 3 decades ago? But that is preposterous! Why would anyone want to be an Antha? Lil growled at Mitten. She's an animal! This is unacceptable! Light help us if this girl takes the throne from Mornay! Little brave one, why did you bring this ring to me? Power, I just wanted to know why my mother gave it to me. I realized only nobles have seals, so I didn't know if someone had inherited her estate, and I might find myself with enemies. So I thought since I was coming to you, why not ask you? Who is Mornay? Mornay is Queen of Andrus, your mother's cousin, and you were wise not to reveal it. Do you want her throne, girl? The Heldani blurted. Is she a good queen, Power? She is, yes. Then I do not want it. I can never presume to rule a country I have not known unless it was a matter of honor. The Power smiled. Well stated. You really don't want it? Asked Mitten Heldani, incredulous. No, but I would like to meet this cousin if she would consider me family and not an enemy, especially if she knew my mother at all. I know nothing of her life before the Antha. I will dispatch a letter to her today and ask her about you myself, said the Power. Please, also tell her that she needn't feel threatened by me. Instead of assassinating me, I'm very willing to return to my Antha clan and never, ever bother her. The Power laughed. What a clever girl you are, little brave one. Lil smiled and thanked the Power. Mitten Heldani is the counsel to Queen Mornay, and she just happened to be visiting this month. You are a very lucky girl. I will place you in her care for now, and you must not speak of your mother or the ring. I will consider what you asked for, and I wish you well, little brave one. Thank you, Power. May you ever have shade and water. She laughed again, and still laughing, said, And you really are of the Antha. Lil was so happy, so proud of herself, and proud to be who she was. Demene was safe. The Power was almost completely helpful, and was considering her proposal. She knew the meaning of the ring, and her cousin was a queen. Light. She in little over a month had gone from a peasant on the verge of suicide to a royal Antha who had met the Power. Light.